Hi guys, we are working today on pronunciation. So it helps you to read any text even though you don't know the meaning. Let's start. It is a. It's always a. But if you have a with e, you need to pronounce e. You need to pronounce e. Like me. We don't forget that we don't pronounce any consonant at the end of the word. So we don't pronounce S and we pronounce A, I, E. It is me. But this one, you pronounce ma. This one, it's ma. But this one, it is me. This one is B. We don't have any problem with B. It's always B. This one is C. After C, if you have E, I, Y, you pronounce C. But in the other case, you pronounce K. Like this, it is S. It is S. This one, it is C. We don't forget that. We don't pronounce any consonant at the end of the word. So we don't pronounce S and T. You say se. But this one, it is come because you don't have any of those vowels E, I, Y. After se, you pronounce come. You pronounce this one ka. But if I want to pronounce this one sa, you need to put or to add a little 6 under se and you pronounce sa. This one is ka, but this one is sa. Like ça va bien, merci. And this one, it is de. It is de. You pronounce always de. This one, it's e. You need to have your mouth as like O, but you need to pronounce E. It is E, E. But if you have those accents, you pronounce E. So this one, without any accent, you pronounce E. But those one with the other 3 sort of accent, same pronunciation, it is E. So you pronounce this one se, se, me, te. Okay, but you pronounce this one école, école. So you can pronounce this one je vais à l'école, je vais à l'école. So for V, you don't pronounce S and you pronounce A, I together. You pronounce E, you say je vais à l'école, je vais à l'école. And this one is F. We pronounce F. So I repeat again, we don't pronounce any consonant at the end of the word. So you need to just ignore even in any case if you see any consonant at the end of the word. But we have 3 exceptions. It is C, F, and L. You pronounce if you see those one. Like if you have this one, arc, you pronounce arc. You pronounce arc, arc. But this one, you pronounce giraffe, giraffe. Elf, elf. We pronounce F. And this one is G. G. We don't have G, we have G. J like C. If you have E, I, Y, after J, you need to pronounce J. Like gîte, like gorge. But look at this, the first J, you don't have those vowels, E, I, Y. That's why you pronounce G. But for the second one, you have E at the end, you pronounce gorge, gorge, gorge. But how do you pronounce this one? It is gum, because you don't have those vowel after, so you pronounce gum, gum. But if I have this one, gorge, but if I want to pronounce this one, George, I simply add E here, and I pronounce this one George. It means if I add E after je, it helps me to pronounce G instead of G. That's why you say George. But you know that you pronounce this one gîte because you have E after je, after G. But if I want to pronounce this one gîte, simply I add U here, and I don't pronounce U, but I pronounce, it comes just to help me to pronounce gîte, gîte. This one it's gîte, but this one it's gîte. And this one is ash. You don't pronounce never ever ash. It's always mute. So it means that if you see anywhere ash, you need just ignore it. Like hotel, we don't pronounce H. And this one, we don't have theater. You need to pronounce, you need to cancel ash. So you say théâtre, théâtre. And this one, it's ia, ia. We don't have I, we have E. As you know, you pronounce this one A. But if you have A with E, you need to pronounce E. As you saw, it is maison, maison. And this one, it is G. I back to here, it is J, but this one, it's G. We don't have any problem with this one because you pronounce always J. We don't have any problem with this one. Like jambe, jambe. We don't pronounce, and we don't have any problem to pronounce J. And this one, it's car. It's always car. This one is L. It's always L. And this one, it is M. This is always M. And this one is N. And this one, it's N. And they are always M and N, but they cause the problem with the pronunciation of some vowels. It means that if you have the vowels with M and N, you need to pay attention because those vowels should be pronounced through your nose. Look at this. You have A, but if you have AM, you need to pronounce on. Same thing if you have, it is A, but if you have AN, you pronounce on, on. Same thing here, if you have E, you pronounce E, but this one, on, on. So all of those AM, AN, EM, EN, you pronounce on, you pronounce on. And you have E. E, this is E, but if you have M with E, you need to pronounce A, A. And this one, it's A. With this one, it's A. Look at this. Matin, matin, ma, mon, maman, mon, mon, maman. Those are, you need to pronounce with your nose. And we go for okay, we go for the other letter. We have here, it is O. We go back to here. This one it's E. It's E, E, E. But this one it's O, O, and always O. But if you have O, E together, you need to pronounce wa, like moi, like moi. Okay, and again, if you have M and N, you need to pronounce through your nose. It is on. It is like mon, like mon. And this one is pe. We don't have any problem with pe. And this one, it's Q. We don't have any problem with Q, but you need to know that most of the time you have U after Q, but you don't pronounce it. It is ki. It is que. It is quel. So we don't pronounce U at the end. And we have R, and this one it is R. We don't have R, it is R, and it is S. We have two options for S. We have S or Z, or Z. So if you have just one S between two vowels, you need to pronounce Z, like poison, poison. But if you have S with the other consonant or two S together, you need to pronounce C. It's poisson. This one, it's poison, but this one, it's poisson, poisson. And this one is T. We don't have any problem with that. And this is U. Back here, this one, you pronounce E, 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 E. It's S, M, T. But this one, you pronounce O. You pronounce O. But this one, you pronounce U, U. Okay, U, U. Same thing, we don't like usine, but same thing, if you have EM and EN, you have the problem. You need to pronounce by your nose and you say That's why you pronounce this one. So setin, setin. If you remember, we don't cancel T because you have the vowel here, and we cancel S. You say setin, setin. And this one is V. It's always V, like violet. And this one, it is W, but you pronounce V, like wagon. And this is X, you pronounce Z, xylophone. And this one, it's Y, but you pronounce E, like you pronounce E, but again, if you have EM, EN, you pronounce A. So it is sans pas, pa. And this one, it is Z. You pronounce always Z. So I want to resume the nasal vowels. So A-M, A-N, E-M, E-M, E-N. You pronounce on, okay? But if you have E-M, E-N, U-M, E-N, Y-M, Y-N, you pronounce A. All of those, you pronounce A. And this one, you pronounce on. And if you have E-M, E-N, you pronounce on. So I need to say something. You have those vowels. If you don't have any vowels after, if you have another vowel coming after those vowels, you need to pronounce those vowels like the normal vowel, like this. You have this one, matin, but if I add accent, it is matinée, matinée. As you see, I don't pronounce this one I say matinée, matinée. So this one is a, ma. A with e, it is e, me, be, se, se, si, si, se, se, comme, ca, ça va, arc, de, e, se, me, te, école, je vais à l'école. F, girafe, elfe, G, je, J, gîte, gorge, gomme, Georges, guide. H, hôtel, homme, théâtre. I, maison, maison, jambe. K, L, M, en, un, matin, maman, moment. N, en, o, oie, moi, on, mon, pe, que, qui, que, quel. R, S, poison, poisson. T, U, usine. Un, s'éteint. V, violet. W, wagon. X, Y, un, sympa. Z, AM, AN, EM, EN, you pronounce on. On, matin, matinée.